I'm like, nah, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take them home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, or you shit wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose like a bloodhound. I'ma throw them off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders. And off we go from Las Vegas. Pulls it in at the 13. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. To the air right away, Mariota. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Touchdown Raiders! Cortland Sutton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. One play in the end zone on a long touchdown pass. You knew they wanted to get him involved. He's their go-to guy. First play, though, wow.
Yeah, and I remember when I was playing, something similar happened. I remember getting to the sideline, and my coach said, so what did the scouting report with circling him, putting a star by him, did you not guess that he was a good player? And that's the question I would have for them now. You know, as you said, he's a go-to guy. How is he not covered? Or I should say, covered well.
Following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 15. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Mahomes now on 1st down. This one swung out to Williams. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 2nd down. Mahomes going to throw. Can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. 7th play in this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's going to air one out. And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll work this down inside the 30. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week. And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill? Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Jacobs. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. From the gun, Mariota. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play fake. Mariota. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Counter play with Jacobs. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Mariota. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyler Higbee from 4 yards out. And the Raiders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. One thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Raider offense set to get this drive started. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this third down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jacobs going to try the middle to about the 40-yard line.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
On second down, Jacobs. 44 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Here's Mariota. He completes this to Sutton. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Mariota on the slant, completes to Sutton. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving. 2nd and 10. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Mariota to throw it. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Gano the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. Now a handoff up the middle. Harper. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They go play fake. Mahomes. Looking left side. That's caught by Moore. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this one is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And the Raiders have got it. Cameron Jordan racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And he's got his big tight end here. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. That's complete left side to Bateman. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Play action, it's Mahomes. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he comes back with one complete. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they burn here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter. Mahomes throwing on 4th. He finds Moore in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, They know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Third and short yardage, Mariota. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Mariota to throw for it on 4th. Looking for Campbell downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Harper. And a short gain down to about the 33. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. That's Harper. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Chiefs 14.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Mahomes now to throw. Steps away, and he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 6. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Williams is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Pulls it in at the 13. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. First down, Mariota. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 26. 74 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Throwing is Mariota. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Jacobs. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Second and 9. Here's Jacobs. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him on first and goal.
They picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal. Here's Jacobs. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Jacobs now. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Now what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, third and goal. Now Mariota. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field. He's got a man, complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Harper. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get into all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll be celebrating in the Power and Light District. The Chiefs have won the football game.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for Kansas City,
they get the critical victory to move them to 9-7 now.